Hey, what's going on, traders? Three trades today, two here on VTRS, one on Dish, a missed trade on SDC. We're going to get into all that, so stay tuned. Going to jump into this as always. VTRS, as you can see, pretty good move here right at the bell. I believe it was like right at 9:30. Yeah, it was the first candle. I pulled it up right as it was making those highs at 1086, and then it kind of jumped down as I was making sure we had shares, making sure we had a decent float, all that good stuff, just on my kind of like pre-trade checks. But that does take me like, sometimes 3 to 5 seconds. And it ended up allowing me to miss the very beginning of that trade. But it does come back up to the highs, and we're going to sit here and watch it. Basically, just looking for this thing to pop up towards 11 because I see the hot price is sitting there at 11.05, as you can see here. And I'm basically just kind of seeing what it wants to do. As you can see, it goes through 1086, which was the high, gets about a couple pennies through and starts to come back down. So to me, basically, this is saying you got the volume to go all the way back up to the highs. It didn't want to do it. So the odds are this thing's going to try to come back down and make a real pullback. Put my order at 1060 just to front run the $0.50, and you guys are going to see something pretty crazy. Or actually, I think it comes down to 62. Yeah, I saw 62 there, and then it goes right back up to the highs. But soon after that, it does try to go back through the highs, gets up to 92, but I think we missed it already. Yeah. You're going to see a pretty cool little a wick right off the highs here. I guess somebody hit a market order, probably didn't mean to, and you're going to get a nice little push to the downside here. Pretty sure I get it. Yeah, there it is. So it went all the way down to the 30s and got bought right back up. So I'm assuming people had orders out just like I did, and all of them got filled and made this thing jump right back up, and it jumps right back up and goes all the way back up through the highs. So at this point, I'm telling myself I'd like to see this thing go up through 11, and I'd like to get restarted on a new position. So got a quick 20 cents there on that position. It kind of hangs out, and then eventually we get to move up through 11. Now, I wanted it up towards the halt price at 11.16, but as you're going to see, it doesn't really quite give us the move up through 11 like I was hoping. So we end up getting started, and we end up getting it at 10.99 there. Once I saw it go up towards 11.03 and just kind of start to reject. So put the order out at 78 for the full position. As you're going to see, it comes down to 83 and just kind of stalls. At that point, I'm like, I could try to wait for it to come down, but it didn't seem like it wanted to. So I took half off right when it looked like it was about to bounce. And as you can see, it does get back up into the 90s. So fast forward a little bit. Here's the SDC trade. I originally had it at 84 looking to get in when I first pulled it up. There was always a spread on this for the most part. There's not one there, but it was like a 2-3 cent spread on an 80-cent stock. So once I saw it hovering here, I was like, well, if it's going to run, it's going to actually give us a decent little move. So I drag up to 88 cents. And as you can see, it goes up to the highs. There it goes, 86, 87. And watch what it does. We got 400 shares sitting here at 88, 87.99. 87.99 keeps hitting it. 87.97, 87.96, 95, and then all of a sudden it starts to come down. I even tried to hit the short the ask button to get on 87. It gave me the order at 87.95, but it never gets back up there. And as you can see, this thing works out pretty quickly. Definitely would have probably been taking some off here and then looking for the rest to come down into like near 75. As you can see, there it goes. It basically worked out pretty perfectly, pretty quickly. And I was pretty frustrated there because that was a pretty nice trade. VTRS, we're going to fast forward a little bit. You can see this thing's just kind of chopping back and forth. It ends up making like a little bit of a descending triangle. We finally get that move through. I was sitting at 73 and I believe it went to like 75 or something like that. I mean, I didn't see it there. Let's see. 81, 78, 76. So I got the 76. We were sitting there 73. I thought about dragging it up there, which I tried to just get filled to 78. I end up just leaving it at 78. It comes to 78, doesn't fill. So I dragged it up, got filled at 79, and then it did come down. So when I got the fill there, it wasn't that big of a deal. And we basically had leftovers there for the rest of it. So if I go to that chart real quick. I didn't record the rest of it because I basically just put a stop in at break even, tried to go down one more time after it went back up, and we eventually got stopped out there. And as you can see, this thing just kind of went up from there, and now it's grinding sideways. Dish was our other one. The reason we took pretty small size on this one, I really like the move, but the volume was not really that great, and it wasn't ever really like a fast move. Had this went up through like 1450, I'd probably take a little bit more size, but the volume on this wasn't great. But ended up taking just a small starter. I thought about 100 shares, ended up with 50, and it just ended up working. Took 10 cents on it, and that was it. So that's all I got. SDC could have made today really good. That would have easily been like a $40, $50 trade, which would have put us up near $100 on the day. But unfortunately, we didn't get it. Missed it by literally 0.001 of a penny. And sometimes it's going to happen, and it's just unfortunate. And we're going to take our green day and move forward. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. Twitter, Discord links are down below in the description as well, if you want to check those out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.